I know she's excited to do this video because I can see she's bought a brand new Vapid Racing jacket. Otherwise, I will admit she's a little bit of a stick without a helmet. You can't really tell what she's thinking. Welcome back to the channel and the showcase series number 14 now, where we take a deep dive into one of the cars from my garages. Today it's the turn of the Ford Escort Mark II. In game it's the Retinue Mk II. A retinue is a group of people who accompany an important person, same as an escort might be, so hence the name. Well, she's excited and can't stop looking at the car, and really I'm the same. I'm rather old, and so I remember these things going round on the street all the time in their more humble shopping form. And I remember the reverence even back then that a good Mark II Escort, sort of RS 1800 or RS 2000 would have. So to me, at least, this car is extremely attractive. The price of these old Fords has really gone up and up and up as they become rarer and now are very collectible, very expensive, and like most other people, I wish I'd already got one in my garage from many years ago. I've modelled this one on a Group 4 Zakspeed Escort from 1981-1982. It was driven by Jürgen van Omen, and sorry if I butchered that, at various events. The real car you can see in the photo has the denim aftershave sponsored livery. This green one is one that Rockstar obviously based upon that, so that's why I've chosen to use this livery on the car. Please have a look at the link that I've put in the video description. It links to an advert for the car from 2013 when it sold for a lot of money, and at the bottom is a YouTube video of the car in action, and to hear that 4-cylinder scream is absolutely fantastic. It sounds good in the game, but nothing like as good as real life. It drives really nicely, and I'll go through that in a little bit when we talk about the track work. There's also a ton of customization available for this car. I will show you one or two alternative versions as well during the customization part. I don't know who put that lamppost there, so let's move on to the track. I did 7 laps of the usual track. I think I could have improved the time a bit with more driving, but it was enough to get a handle on the car. The main thing that impresses, like the last couple of cars I've put in the showcase, is that this car is not affected by the bumps, which means you can ride the pavements and the various humps and bumps in the road and you're not deflected, causing a crash or a loss of time. This alone makes the car really good. Also, as long as you do brake in time, and that's what I did notice, you needed to brake maybe that little bit harder than you think, even with the race brakes fitted to this car. You then get a lovely turn in and the car is neutral through the corners, verging on a little bit of oversteer if you push it just a bit too hard, and if you've watched my videos before you know that's what I like. According to Bruffy's table, I'll leave a link below, this is the 4th fastest sports classics car. However, to my mind it is the 3rd fastest because number 3 is the Rapid GT Classic, which is actually quite a handful to drive. The top two, the Turismo Classic and the Cheetah Classic, are both about 0.8 of a second a lap faster. For reference, I got just under 59 seconds on this lap with the car. As I mentioned, there's a ton of customization available. This is how it appeared in my last garage video, so I used the wider body arches that are available. And again, I made a tarmac racer out of it. I can't find any big headlights. I don't think they've intended you to make the rally car out of this, but more a circuit racer. Of course, you could always do a cleaner build road car if you want. Pause where necessary to see what I did with the car. I've edited out all the performance modifications, although mine are maximum, and both the primary and secondary paints are classic ice white. The denim car is often shown with horizontal headlight tape, so it was quite nice for Rockstar to put that in. I've given you a link to the GTA wiki for this car. If you go to the bottom in the trivia section you'll find a lot of detail about the various liveries and what real cars they have been based on. A few points about customizations on old cars. The old cars tend to not have tinted glass, especially when they're race cars, so I would miss that out. And usually old cars have yellowy old headlights, and again, you put xenons on, they look stupid, so again, that's something else I would avoid. And lastly, think carefully about turbo tuning. If you're going to race the car, of course you're going to tick it, but sometimes you can hear turbo wastegates when you select it on cars that do not have them, and it sounds stupid. In this case though, I can't hear that. As she enjoys one last drive for the day, it's time to rate the car. Here we go. I bet Retset gives it 5 stars for looks, I can hear you say, and yes, you're right. I tend to pick cars for the showcases that I enjoy to at least some extent, and I really like this car. I'm old, I have an association with these old Escorts, and yeah, 5 stars all the way. If a car can ride the bumps without being deflected into the scenery, and if it can handle nice and neutrally but with a little bit of oversteer when you push too far, that's always 4 stars from me straight away. Well, this does both of those, and it's almost at the top of the Sports Classics class as well, so that's got to be another 5 stars. For me, this car just squeezes 5 stars for value as well. I was originally going to go with 4 stars, because for 700,000 you can buy the Turismo Classic, which is the Ferrari F40 in real life, which is another iconic, brilliant looking car, and it is in fact the top of the Sports Classics class. So to be honest, for racing, purely racing, then this would not be a 5-star value car. However, it is close to that car, and the amount of customization on this is just phenomenal. You can do so many different things with this car which you honestly can't do with the Turismo Classic, and that for me has just squeezed that up into the 5-star value. So, like the Vagrant / Aerial Nomad from last week, this is another car with 5 stars all round, the second one we've had. Not sure why I've left these two till number 13 and 14 really. Perhaps I should have done those in the first place, but anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this. Maybe it's helped you make a buying decision. If there's any other car you'd like me to look at in this series, please let me know in the comments down below, and as always, thank you so much for watching.